Hi there, I'm Ian Jones, and you're listening to the Maple Leaf Mailbag here on Radio Canada International. On this week's program, Terry Haig is here. Enjoy this day in Thailand. Terry's in Thailand recently. Everybody's shooting a film, and he says, by the way, is Terry a Buddhist? And aren't you too... do we have any plans, Terry, to come and visit him in Sri Lanka?
Boy, I would love to go to Sri Lanka. I love that part of the world. And it sort of fits with what Miss Universe was saying. And the people in Thailand were exquisitely beautiful, both physically and spiritually. I just had the time of my life there. As far as being a Buddhist, I'm trying to just study it and pick up as much as I can of the wisdom that the gentleman shared with the world. So that sounds actually very Buddhistic. Yeah, I mean, I don't think one is a Buddhist. I think one is Buddhist. But there's a difference there.
It's not like being a Catholic. Right, it's not sort of like a denomination as much as it's a personal feeling.
Well, there's no God in Buddhism. I mean, it's totally up to you.
So there you go. Delish, there you have it. Terry's pseudo-Buddhist.
I don't think pseudo is an appropriate word, actually. Watch your mouth, young man. Going a cohesive Buddhist policy. Listen, John, tighten up.
Now, you see, that attitude fits exactly with Mukesh Kumar's letter, which comes to us from Muzaffarpur in Bihar, India. Of course, we hear from Mukesh a lot, but he's really, I couldn't agree with you more. Terry's slightly technophobic, and
I've been slightly.
Last week, or a couple of weeks ago, when he talked about TV, I think he called it an idiot box. But anyway, Mukesh sort of agrees with you. He sent us this letter, and he says, it's official, TV makes you stupid. The latest studies on the effects of TV on children conducted in New Zealand and the United States have provided proof for the long-held suspicion that being glued to the box is not great for their education. He goes on to say the New Zealand research showed that children who watched the most television more than 2.5 hours a day were the least likely to leave school with qualifications or to get a university degree. Then he says, therefore, go away from the stupid box and stick with your shortwave receiver.
Well, you know, I agree with that. I mean, I'm glad to hear that this study has been shown. Now, what's different, though, is everybody says that the video games are making people stupid, and new studies have shown that, in fact, they are not. That you really have to develop your mind to play video games. My beef with television is it completely negates you. You cannot keep up with the images.
You got a letter there, do you want to read that, Terry?
Which one? I got about 40 letters.
Well, by the way, thanks to everybody. This is ridiculous. It's so deluged. But no, the one with the green lines on it.
The one with the green lines on it. Okay. This is from Bishan Ghoshal in Hooghly, West Bengal, India. And he said, my dear program presenters of the English section, God, I love when people address us like that. I mean, not just us, but anybody. My dear program presenters. So thank you very much, writes Mr. Ghoshal, to Radio Canada International for presenting such beautiful scientific and educational programs. I really fell in love with the Maple Leaf Mailbag. So thank you so much for the kind words from Mr. Ghoshal.
Yeah. Well, listen, Terry, what's the gentleman's name again?
The one right here?
Yeah.
Bishan Ghoshal.
Yeah, Mr. Ghoshal, I just want to say, since this is a nice segue, you talked about beautiful programming. Well, we've got some beautiful programming this week on The Talking Stick. Now, I'm hosting this show along with Maple Leaf Mailbag, so I'm pushing it hard. I want everybody to listen. Last week, Romeo Dallaire, fantastic Canadian. This week, totally different track, Light, Terry. We're talking about pop culture.
That's right. We're talking about Miss Universe, right?
Talking about Miss Universe. That's right.
She's Canadian.
Yay. She's a Canadian.
Yeah, we're proud of her.
Natalie Glebova.
Well said.
Here's, anyway, she talks a lot about beauty, of course, in the show, Terry. I want you to catch a clip of this. Get a couple of archival clips, and then Natalie comes afterwards. But you get her thoughts on beauty stereotypes, I think it is.
I think there are still some people who consider it a beauty contest. I think that I was just another dumb blonde. I probably was, but I didn't like to be called that.
Do you not consider yourself a dumb blonde?
Well, then I just answered that. I probably am.
Beauty pageants are a symbol of the exploitation and oppression of women, and the fact that advertisers are withdrawing their support, I think, is a sign that the women's movement's having a lot more influence and affecting institutions in society.
well, this is it. This is really it. I see nothing demeaning about it at all. It's our choice that we go out on stage and do a competition, but hey, you know, for me, I just want to. And a lot of people don't see what happens after the cameras are off. After the crown is off, that's when the real job starts. This is a job for me for a year, and I'm going to get a career out of this. I have started my career, and I think I would have never had this opportunity if it wasn't for Messina Pageant.
She's great, you know. She's 23 years old. Tell me, she's got her head on her shoulders, I think.
Was she impressed with you when you interviewed her?
I was sweating a lot.
You were, right?
I was nervous.
But beauty is inner beauty, Jones.
Yeah, that's true. Well, see, she did something that I really enjoyed. But by the way, I want everyone to check out The Talking Stick if you get a chance, because it's an interesting show. Natalie's an interesting person, and if you're looking in the schedule, see the Media Zone, you know, because it's replacing Media Zone for the summer. So you've got to look and think Media Zone when you're looking at the schedule will be The Talking Stick.
Okay, but at the same time as Media Zone, Mondays and Saturdays.
Exactly. It takes the spot of the Media Zone on Saturdays and Mondays, but don't see Talking Stick in the schedule. That's the problem. Check it out. Natalie Glebova, lovely woman. Terry, you know what she's...
Stay in touch with Canada when you travel by subscribing to Radio Canada International's daily cyber journal. From current events to the markets, along with the latest weather and sports results, we cover Canada. Subscribe at www.rcinet.ca. Each day at 2000 hours UTC on 5850-11765 and 15325 kilohertz. Schedules are available on request to Radio Canada International, Post Office Box 6000, Montreal, Canada, postal code H3C388, and on the web at www.rcinet.ca.